And good morning, everyone. It's a hot day here in Houston. It's already, oh Lord, 90 degrees probably. Last I checked at 10:30, it was 88. So the heat is coming. Of course, what summer's 2 days away, at least the equinox, and that would be the longest day of the year. And then everything gets shorter. So hopefully things will get cooler. But until then, who knows?
Texas is
But
preheating right now. Give us time. It's going to get hotter.
pretty much. Uh,
Have
Amy,
you ever made an egg on the sidewalk?
I know I could.
I have. I have made an egg in a sidewalk, and I have baked cookies in a vehicle before.
Now, I've seen the cookies done before, but I have not done the egg on the sidewalk, but I know it could be done very easily.
It took about an hour, but it worked.
Not that I was
on the sidewalk, but still.
I was at Copperfield Books a few weeks ago and went to get back in the car, and the inside temperature of the car was like 108. It was like melting, and this was May.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. Anyway, our special guest today is Lidia Longoria. Longoria, sorry.
No worries.
And she is an author, and we're going to be talking with her about her books and where you might be able to find them. And while I'm going to go start sharing the post, I'll let CJ start asking away.
All right. Hi, you know me. I'm CJ. Miss Amy's not here with us today. Hopefully we get her back next week. We've missed her. She's a regular ball of fire and energy, so we like to have her around. Ms. Lidia, welcome to the Con Hour. We're happy to have you. You're very young for an author. Yeah. You're 21. Yeah. We talked about this before, but you already have 2 books out and you're working on the 3rd. Can you tell us about the 2 books that are currently out? And then we'll go to the 3rd.
I have this book, which I'm wearing the t-shirt of. I don't know if you can tell.
What is it for?
This is the novel that I published it. And
Death what?
Death's Rattle.
Death's Rattle. What's it about?
It's it's a dark comedy about death personified. Death coming into the real world and doing its thing.
He transfers planes and actually is in the real realm.
Yeah.
Real world realm, doing what he's doing. Oh, interesting.
He's female. I mean, he's female in my novel, but yeah.
Gotcha. So is she a little bit evil, or is she? Because I know a lot of times people play the angel of death as neutral.
Mm-hmm.
So is she neutral? Is she evil? Is she what?
She is going to have a journey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And
now your other book is poetry, correct?
Yes. Oh, this is this one, my first book, baby.
Hey, Humanity. And what's it about?
It's there's technically my musings because I like observing people and obviously listening to them. So yeah. So that's what I've seen. Yeah.
And your 3rd book that you're working on right now, your work in progress is
a book on mental health. I'm not sure what I will write about, but it's gonna be good. Hopefully.
Awesome. Now, as I said before, you're 21, but you actually have already started a company, so you're quite the entrepreneur type person. What all does your company encompass?
It's just where I put all my endless creative endeavors. I do a lot. If you read my biography, I do a lot. You got to put it somewhere,
But what all do you do with your company?
I sell merchandise. I offer services.
Services.
Like photography or editing.
Okay. Awesome. Now you're also a filmographer, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What do you do for that? Have you done anything yet that's like a pet project that you're working on, or?
Yeah, they're mostly been like solo projects. It was just me running around and filming stuff. But yeah, I have done some poems of Hey Humanity in film form. So
neat.
yeah.
Very cool. So where did you get this love of everything creative?
My parents aren't really that creative, so I don't know where it came from.
So cool. Awesome. So what do you do outside of your creative world? Like, do you have any other interests?
I like taking care of my dog and my turtle.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What kind of dog do you have?
A Yorkie? Yeah. I actually just got it yesterday,
Oh, wow.
but I love it so much.
And your turtle?
My turtle, it's a red-eared
Crawler?
Yes.
Those two. We have a little baby. We keep finding him in our swimming pool in the return. So we've caught quite a few over the last few years, but it's been fun. So what made you want to sit down and write and publish?
Ooh. Definitely other authors, I have my inspiration, but mostly with my first book, I just wanted something to give to people to make them feel less alone. So yeah, I'm like, I'll give you a little hug with my book.
Oh, so sweet. Now, as the commenter says, you do photography as well. What do you photograph? Like, I like to do landscapes. What do you do?
Ooh. I like to catch the moments that people tend to forget in the moment, but remember later in life, and wish they had put it in memories.
Yeah, I like to do photography as well. Like I said, I like to do a lot of landscapes. And one of my blogs I titled it Freezing Moment in Time. Because especially when people pass on, we don't always have, sometimes we forget on the daily stuff to just take pictures. And then like each year I do a photography book for my husband and I, just kind of different events through the year. And some of them are just regular everyday stuff, messing with the dog, playing with the cat. The day we found, our dog found another turtle in the yard. We get them frequently. There's some pretty good sized ones that lay them everywhere. So, when you take those daily moments or freeze those moments in time, there's stuff you can't get back. And so I definitely appreciate that. So what is next on the plate for Miss Lidia?
Next. Oof. I'll be more books, because that's my main thing. Hopefully growing my photography portfolio and my film portfolio, and sell cool t-shirts at the moment.
Now, are you going to college or?
No, I'm not.
Now you're in Cali, right?
Yes.
So you have this gorgeous ocean in your backyard. Please tell me you're taking pictures of that.
I actually don't. I live by a train station.
Sacramento's a little farther away from the coast there.
Well, you can still take some really cool pictures at the train stations. One lady I interviewed, she does abstract photography. So she takes like the back picture and then she'll like zoom in on something and kind of get people to guess what it is that she actually took a picture of. And she gets some really unique, it's a different perspective when you look at stuff really up close. It's like, what is that and where did that come from?
So, I mean, we've already asked how you got in writing, but do you do book signings anywhere? Like if anybody wanted to come get a book signed by you, do you go to like the coffee shops around Sacramento? Do you do conventions?
Yeah, I did my first book signing at my local coffee shop, where I actually wrote the book. So that's a little
very
cool. It's cool. And yeah, I obviously I can't I couldn't do like a book release for Death Rattle because the pandemic and all that. So yeah, I hope to get back out there and do more
You can still do
signings.
a release. Just because it's after doesn't mean that the book launch may not have been able to do it because of pandemic, and it might have been able to do it live, but you can do, a book, you can re-release it.
Yeah, you're right.
Kind of set it up and release it and have fun with it.
Or just go through and say, hey, we're just now getting back out. I'm going to go ahead and do the book signing for this. And hey, here I'm going to be. It'd be perfect.
Exactly. Just have fun
You guys
with
are
it.
wise.
Enjoy the author world. We talked about TV shows before we started, and I had to cringe at a lot of them that she didn't know. I think it's the age. Things like Stargate. She hasn't watched Doctor Who, Warehouse 13, but she is a fan of Supernatural. So Sam and Dean. She enjoys. She also has a little thing of Baby. If anybody watches Supernatural, that's the car. So, what other sci-fi type shows do you like to watch? Or
they were canceled. I get a lot of canceled shows that don't get a lot of views.
It's kind of like when we go to the grocery store. It's like, I swear they're watching our receipt and they keep discontinuing everything that we like. It's the same thing that happens with shows. It's like we have a favorite show and all of a sudden they discontinue. It's like, why? Firefly. I'm like, why?
Well, it's the way they ended Stargate Universe too. It's like, what? How can you end it? I think that was a sci-fi problem.
I do too. I think they need to get some of that stuff back. I'm just saying.
I've heard something about Stargate coming back and answering some unanswered questions, but this is what I've heard. Whether it's true or not. What's that?
The original Stargate?
I don't know if it's going to be the original or if it's going to be something else, but they're talking about getting another Stargate going, which will answer questions from Stargate 1, Stargate Atlantis, and Stargate Universe. Gotcha. Now, that would be cool if they did that.
Mm-hmm. Not quite sure how they would do that, though, because they're in 2 or 3 different universes.
Yeah, they all come together. Well, it's a little Stargate, Well, it might not be little.
It's a massive. But anyway, it's always fun. So what other shows do you like?
I don't know if you've heard of them, but iZombie. I love that show.
I have heard of that one. Yep. You and Amy will get along really, really well. She loves zombies.
Oh, yeah. Where's Amy?
For real.
And I also watch Being Human, the US version. Yeah.
That's
one of my favorite shows.
That one I don't know. So what other ones were canceled?
Oh, they're both of those.
Yeah. What about, Stranger Things?
I do, but I stopped watching it because I don't have Netflix anymore.
Oh, there goes Netflix. There it goes, all downhill now.
Well, I've watched Netflix. I've gotten my binge on, with TV shows and all.
So you like the darker side of the world?
Yeah, I guess so.
I see. So do you do a lot of creative stuff? Do you draw or do you paint too?
No, that's like the one thing I don't know.
Well, it never hurts to learn. I mean,
yeah,
I'm a stick figure type of guy. That's about as far as I'm going to get. Now, I could probably go further.
I'm a landscape type person. I really stink at drawing people. I know my limits. I'm good at landscapes and I'm terrible at people.
I think the best I ever did was Garfield.
It's pretty easy. Or that turtle that they always send around. If you can draw this, send it in and we'll enroll you in school. And yeah.
For $5,000, we'll teach you how to really draw it.
Even though it's a basic turtle, but yeah. So what other hobbies do you enjoy? Like cooking? What do you enjoy? Skateboarding? What?
I like watching shows. I have a small, I guess, collection of shows and movies that I like. But yeah, I like singing, but I mean, I'm not like Ariana Grande good, so I can hold a tune, but
That's always a plus.
Definitely.
Awesome. So are you planning on going to any like Comic Cons or anything in the future, or
yeah, I hope to. Yeah.
do you have anything set up yet?
No, not yet.
Gotcha. So for people who want to find out more about you online, how do they find you?
Just go to my website. That's my little place on the internet. It's LidiaLongoria.com.
Okay, awesome.
And I have put that in the chat, by the way, so y'all can easily look it up.
And for those who are listening, can you spell that out for us? Because you do spell Lydia a little bit different than the average.
Oh, right. LidiaLongorio. Yeah.
.com.
.com.
Yes.
Awesome. Greg, any questions?
Actually, let's see. We did have a smiley face for. I want to try to pronounce that name, but I would probably butcher it.
Lupita.
Lupita.
Yep. Not going to touch the back part, but the first part's Lupita.
There we go. Now, one of the main things, Les, like we're both authors, so one of our biggest sell points is going to the conventions, and I would highly suggest trying to get into a convention. And I think,
especially with your dark side books.
Yes, with your dark side books especially.
It will do very well.
And there are a lot of people that do these conventions that actually go just to help support the local authors. Mm-hmm. So check out some of those local conventions, definitely.
Yeah, I definitely will.
Mr. Greg, I know which ones we're going to. We still have Comic Conroe at the end of July. We're going to Eastern Rim, which is September 9th and 10th, or 10th and 11th, or something like that.
12th, I think.
11th and 12th. And then we have, which is in Baytown. And then we have Lydia, my sister, and not Lydia, but not that Lydia, but a different one. Lydia and I are going to go to Tyler Comic Con, which is in Tyler, Texas. That is I think 8th and 9th, maybe, or 9th and 10th. 9th and 10th of October. And then the next week in Beaumont, Texas is Beaumont Comic Con. Which ones are you going to this year, sir?
Well, I have Comic Palooza coming up. And then the week after that, Comic Conroe, back to back, which last time I did a back to back, I sold out at one and had to do an emergency order. So I have to limit myself on what I sell where now. And then, of course, September, Eastern Rim, which will both be there, Beaumont Comic Con. And I do know I will probably be at Nerdfest in December, which I think is December. I don't know the exact date, but early December. It's usually the first Saturday.
Very cool. So, kind of check around, especially Miss Lydia, around Christmas time. There's some really good ones that you can get a hold of, probably the smaller ones. That would be really good to get into because people are looking for Christmas presents.
Yeah, definitely check the smaller ones out first because like Comic Palooza, the tables there are like $300 when you can get a smaller convention, which is like $40, $20 or $30, $45. So maybe check out the smaller ones, see how you do, and then expand from there.
Kind of work your way up.
That's
bigger ones have the bigger names too, so those are always fun. But it doesn't really matter the size when it comes to the Comic-Con family because everybody pretty much accepts everybody else, and the energy there is infectious at best, or at worst. So,
and you'll find other authors who will help you out.
Networking, and just it's just so fun. You get really tired, but it's a good tired.
Yeah.
So
now
check your area and see if there are some in your area.
Yeah, well.
And the other thing is I wanted to ask you about your audiobook. Did you actually read your audiobook or did you hire somebody to read that for you?
No, I did it all on my own.
Wow.
Well, not all on my own, but yeah, I was the one reading it.
Yeah, I know that had to take some time because my novella was 1.5 hours, and I know it took longer than that to just read it to get it done. So I knew that takes some time.
Yeah,
Also, her
it
book
took
is in
4
Spanish.
hours in the studio.
Your book is in Spanish. You read it in Spanish too?
Oh no, I haven't. I only read it in English. Right.
I think
You have it, and did you translate it yourself?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm like super impressed. Because yeah, I
Definitely.
can speak Spanish enough to save my tail end, but I could not translate an entire book. That's huge.
I could understand it being spoken, but there's no way I can even speak it. So I know. Sad thing is I'm actually have a little bit of Hispanic blood in me, and it's like, nope.
Yeah, well, it is my first language, so.
Nice. That's very cool. I'm super impressed.
And definitely for being at 21 and having what, 3 books you said?
Well,
or 2 books, 2 books, and you're working on the 3rd.
Yeah. Technically, she's got 3 if she's translated the 1 book to Spanish.
That's true.
Yeah, I
so
guess
that would be 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, at that young age, I mean, I didn't start writing until 6-7 years ago. So I mean, you're already advancing out there, so that's definitely good.
So, and you've got a fire under you. Like I said, you've got the 3 books right now, working on a 4th. You've got the photography, you've got the filmography, you've got graphic type stuff. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you've got graphic type stuff, and you've all got it kind of under the same umbrella. As, you know, your own company. But that's not the point. The point is you're hustling.
Yeah. I guess so, yeah.
You're doing it. And that's going to pay off big time down the road. So good job.
Thank you.
I highly agree with that. And I mean, I know CJ, we've known each other for what now, maybe a year?
A year or 2, something like that.
A year or 2, somewhere around there. I mean, we're always striving to further ourselves, and you're definitely there.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I mean, if you're 21 and you already have all this under your belt, just think you're always going to build on it, and you're always going to get better. And pretty soon, you know, and you're in the perfect place. It's California. I mean, come on.
I guess so, yeah.
I mean, come on. That's where pretty much 90% of stuff is coming out of that's creative. So you're in the good spot. So, you know, you just keep climbing and you just keep going, and eventually you're going to get it up there. So
hopefully, yeah.
Well, and you're touching the market of the Spanish speaking, which is not an easy market to get into. So the fact that you're doing double duty, especially since it's your second language or your first language, and English is your second, then you can do that double duty all the way through. And you're reaching areas that, you know, people like me, the Irish Texan, can't reach. I own it. I know my limitations.
Hey,
like I said, it don't have to keep me out of trouble. Sometimes I get myself into trouble, but I get myself usually out of it. But that's about it.
I get in trouble. I stay in trouble. I mean, look at the world today. I mean, I'm in trouble.
I mean, it's really going to continue to grow. I mean, you're reaching areas and you're growing with the trends, and you're growing with your different passions at the same time. So you're definitely on the right track. So good job.
Thank you.
Definitely. And I would highly suggest maybe even doing I know it will take time, but maybe doing the audio book in Spanish as well if you haven't done that yet. Yeah. That will be another.
It's already in the works, kind of.
See?
She's thinking. I like you. You're always thinking. Good job. You are an authorpreneur.
An authorpreneur. There we go.
That's it. An authorpreneur / entrepreneur. slash graphicpreneur.
Now, can you tell us a little bit about the filmography, or is that just something that you're working on, or is that something that you've done?
It's something that I've done, but I hope to get back into. I started by doing films about my poetry, of some poems in humanity that I hadn't published yet, but they were in my mind. I didn't know if I was going to publish then, but I try to convey that in a film.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Well,
so are you writing any like screenplay type stuff to eventually make an actual film?
Ooh, I want to, but I kind of have some stuff on my plate currently. So yeah, I hope to one day.
Convert your book even to one of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of our past guests actually does the filmography. She was an actress, or is an actress. Sorry if you're listening, Katie Tonagus, but I would actually look up some of her stuff. She did really good stuff.
Oh yeah, I'll check it out. Yeah.
And she does poetry, and is an actress. I got to get this word "was" out of my mouth.
Like once an author, always an author. Once an actress, always an actress.
As an actress, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I would definitely check.
If you've got it in your resume, then you are.
Yes. There is no was, it's is.
Alrighty, yeah.
There's also aspiring. You are an aspiring screenwriter.
Aspiring.
But always strive to move forward. I mean, never stop.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've learned that within the last 12 years, I would say, when I was first diagnosed, that I always strive to move forward. Well, and there hasn't been anything to stop me yet.
With her list, I don't think she's planning on stopping anytime soon.
Yeah.
Now, you also, before we got on air, whatever you want to call it, you were talking about works in progress. Is it going to be more poetry? Is it going to be a sequel to your book, or?
Definitely more poetry. My dream would be to do a volume almost every year of my life, as I grow. Mm-hmm. But that's a little big dream. I hope to. Well, right now I'm writing a book on mental health, and that's something in the works.
Is it a story, like fiction, nonfiction? What is it?
It's more like advice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Now, are you doing research with like nurses or anything, or is this just something that you've learned that's something near you?
Well, it's a little sneak peek of what it's about, but it's about let's see, hacks when you're depressed, mm-hmm. and you can't when you can't get out of bed, kind of thing.
Good. I like it because there's a lot of people struggling with depression, and they don't like to, don't even like to let people know it.
Mm-hmm.
So mm-hmm. If the book's already out there, then they can just go pick it up.
Yeah.
No, I like it.
But I see that we're having a lot of YouTube viewers instead of Facebook, which makes me happy today. Yay for YouTube.
Oh, and did you tell our big news?
Which one?
About the YouTube channel. Hello.
Oh, that we're over 100 viewers?
Oh, you just put it lackadaisically.
Yeah, that was.
It's that we're over 100 viewers. It's that we're over 100 viewers. So we are now allowed. Now we are allowed to name the YouTube channel, and we have officially named the YouTube channel.
Yes.
Wow.
So we're now able to have our URL in the YouTube channel, which is /c/theconhour with YouTube, and then of course .com. Mm-hmm. And then I know I did say for my Discord buddies and friends that we are going to have a drawing for y'all, and one of y'all will win a nice little coffee cup, and I'll be sending that out because I know that y'all helped also. And thank y'all for that. Big thumbs up. and we'll probably do the drawing next week for y'all. That way, Amy's here and she loves doing that type of stuff. So we got to wait for Amy to get back for that.
Yeah, does she likes to do the wheel of names.
Yes.
Speaking of, can I put a plug in for mine?
Please do.
Okay, so this is my birthday month. For those who know and those who may not know, June is my birthday month, and each birthday month, I like to celebrate the entire month and giving a gift to my people who like me and who actually appreciate me. Not always there, but anyway. So on my YouTube channel, which if you go to cjpetersonwrites.com, cjpetersonwrites, there is all the different social medias are toward the top. If you click on YouTube and then you click subscribe, you take a screenshot and you email it to me, cjpetersonwrites@yahoo.com. See how easy I made that? You will be entered in to win one of two $10 gift cards. Now, you will be added to my email list. It's bi-weekly. I don't spam. Literally every other Friday. My people know at 10 o'clock, that's the only time they hear from me. 10 o'clock every other Friday, that's it. It will be announced in the July 16th newsletter. So you got to help me get to 100 so that I can have my own YouTube channel too with my own little name on the back end. So please, 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 please help me. And you can potentially win a $10 gift card. There will be two up for grabs. And yes, I will do the wheel of names.
Cool deal. And the other thing, which is kind of exciting for us, we have been approved for our first press pass. Woohoo! And of course, you'll get one for Comic Conroe, but our first one was approved for Comic Palooza. And we're going to be going to Beaumont. We'll be asking them for one.
I'll be checking Tyler Comic Con, see if they have one there.
And Amy's checking for Celebrity Fan Fest. And if we get these, we're going to do some behind the scenes shoots, maybe, if they allow. We're going to do what they allow us to do at these conventions.
We'll do our best to do it.
Yes. And hopefully learn some of the vendors, how they set up, what they do, how many. I know vendors that go to 30, 40 Comic Cons because this is their life. This is their business. This is where they make the money. Mm-hmm. So that's the biggest thing.
I mean, come on, they're fun.
Yes.
So can you imagine, as fun as we are on this YouTube channel, can you imagine letting us loose in a Comic Con on purpose for camera? What that's going to look like? I mean, come on. That's going to...
I'm kind of scared to see what we're going to do.
I set me and Amy off in a Comic Con with the camera. Come on.
Oh, Lordy.
Let us off together. We will come back with some very interesting stuff. All right, Amy? When you watch this, we will go find some people.
And of course, I'm going to have the main laptop there so we can actually have it recording. And so I'm not going to be able to run around. Y'all are going to be running around enjoying this. So I'm going to be sitting here and say, come on, guys.
Yeah, Amy and I usually fangirl everywhere. So he keeps Amy and I grounded, but, you know, we can always have fun, especially if Daddy's sitting at the table.
There we go.
And who knows, I'm going to record some stuff and put it on my YouTube channel as well. So.
Well, well, should we show them what we might be wearing?
Oh, yes. If you see us in the Comic-Con, chances are we'll either be in one of these outfits here, or we have t-shirts. So this is the front, has our little handy dandy name right there, the little logo, and then the back, if I can do this and not kill myself, looks like
and there we go.
So if you see us, come say hi.
Definitely. Oh, yes. So you took pictures for a nonprofit organization?
What nonprofit organization?
Yes.
It's a Latino nonprofit organization that helps the Mexican community, Latino community.
Very cool. What's it called?
Latino Leadership Council. Yeah.
Cool. So was there like a huge event, or did you take them for the event? What was that?
There's events that they do, like they do mommy and me kind of things. So, you know, so they can have something to do with the kids. The kids could get out, and yeah, it was fun.
Awesome. So you took pictures at the event, or did you take pictures to like give away or do a raffle or something at the event?
Oh, I took of the event, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Now that would be cool. I mean, did any of them, when I know a lot of photographers, when they take pictures like that, they get basically to the press. Did any of those get to the press or?
If you consider their Facebook page and press or their social media.
Social media is pretty good.
Yeah.
That's definitely a plus.
Well, and the beauty of your pictures getting on their social media is the cross promotion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that definitely helps.
Mm-hmm. When you can combine audiences, that really helps. So it kind of seems like you're doing a lot of like activist type things in a good way, not in a bad way, in a good way for the Latina community.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
Well, I think that's good. I think it's very
Definitely.
good. Mm-hmm. So keep it up.
Yes, definitely keep up the good work, and definitely keep up the writing.
Mm-hmm.
And
let us know in a little while, where you're at, what you're doing when you've got your film coming out that you're writing the screenplay for. Let us know.
Okay.
Speaking of which, I can't wait to ask Kevin Zorbo that question.
What question?
How do we get, as an author, to somebody who does make films?
You.
How do we get to? A lot of people don't ask these type of questions at Comic Cons because they're wanting to know more about the shows that they've been in and stuff like that. As an author, you think outside the box.
Mm-hmm. We get behind the face. So, for example, Miss Lydia here, for people who don't know her, now know that she's not only the author, she's not only the photographer, she's not only the horror person, but she also backs her community 100% and puts herself behind it. And so when you come on here as a guest, we get to ask you all sorts of questions. Find out who you are, and it puts instead of seeing the face that like is in a lot of shows, book shows, or the Comic Cons or whatnot, we put an actual body in on there, so a person, so they get to know the person as well as just the name.
And I think getting to know the person very, very well, because
we had DC Glenn here and we talked to him for hour and a half.
I think we asked him one question.
He is awesome though, because he just keeps.
He was cool.
Talking to him was cool. Going, and then like Davy Jones was awesome. Mustafa Massa was awesome. Those are the ones that, I've kind of been in on. I missed the other ones.
Katie Chonikas was pretty cool.
But I know we have Tara coming up. We have AnchorCon. The people behind AnchorCon is coming up. We have, I believe, in August. Is it Nikki Scorpio?
It's the end of July, actually. I think it's like July 31st or something like that.
Something like that. So we're reaching, a lot of different areas.
And we do authors, we do musicians, actors, we do Comic-Con coordinators. We actually have one coming up in August, Brian Anderson, who's actually an actor, stunt person, and choreographer.
Yes.
So we're looking forward to that one. I mean,
we have I ask all sorts of unique questions.
Yes, you do. I didn't expect the DC Glenn one to start out with the keto diet.
But hey, that lets them know that they're more than just what they're putting out there.
And true. And we actually do our research.
We do.
Believe it or not. I mean, I read the biography of Lydia. I went to her website. I did the research. I looked at some of the photos, which I have to say, some of the photos were cool.
That's how
I enjoyed some of those photos.
Which explains why she likes Supernatural.
There we go.
So I think that's awesome. Lydia, I do applaud you. You are killing it. So keep going and keep doing what you're doing. you are definitely on the right track, and keep doing what you're doing. You're going to keep growing, and you're going to be huge.
Oh, that's such an honor coming from you guys.
Oh, thank you.
I feel privileged now.
I know, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I feel pained. I'm not an actress. Okay, Mr. Greg, do you have any more questions for Ms. Lidia?
I'm actually done for the day. I've had a very rough night, unfortunately, and I got to get ready for next week and get some emails out because I am asking people to join the show left and right. So you never know who's going to be here.
We were talking about a few before we started, and I was fangirling everywhere. So, Ms. Lidia, it was an honor and privilege to have you with us today. Thank you for coming on. Like I said, keep this kind of a prize when you get that first movie of your book out, and we shall have you back.
I look forward to that.
And we're definitely glad to have you.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't. If not, you can also find us on Facebook under the Con Hour public group, not the private group, the public group. So please look us up. And if you are a convention coordinator or somebody who wants to be on our show that has a story to tell, send us an email to theconhour@gmail.com.
And Yahoo, and YouTube, our YouTube channel.
Yes.
Depending upon where you're watching this.
And everyone have a wonderful weekend. And don't forget, tomorrow is Father's Day. So make sure, call your father, wish him happy Father's Day. And
for all those out there, happy Father's Day to you. For those who are missing their fathers like I am, just want to say you're not alone, and they are out there. Find yourself a father mentor.
everyone have a wonderful weekend.